That's right.
They can just knock down a shot.
That's right. And Mercedes was doing everything she could do. We couldn't have asked her to do anything more. But in order for her to be more effective and to open up opportunities for her, you've got to stretch the defense and you've got to make some shots on the perimeter. And that's where we're able. So what they were able to do as a result, they were able, as you notice, as the noose kept getting tighter inside. And so you've got to be able to stretch the defense by making a shot. And the other thing is this. By moving the ball and now driving, you make people come out and converge in that. Well, if you stand and just jump shoot, it makes it easier on the defense. And I thought those were two flaws for us.
Talking to Cassie in there too, it's going to be a big off season for her. I mean, there's a big off season for a lot of people, but it's huge for her.
Huge for her. Well, first of all, there's a gaping hole.
It's a gaping hole
left by Russell, Mercedes, gaping hole. Now, we know this. Mercedes is Mercedes, just like Izzy was Izzy and Bashar was Bashar and Glory's Glory, all the way down the line. You can't, everybody, you got to be yourself. But let me tell you, that kid needs to have a heck of a summer, and she needs to be ready to be highly effective for us. Sharonine needs to get better and be able to produce for her. Those two kids need to help us a lot more, obviously, with the gaping hole. Now, it's not going to fall on any one person's shoulders, but between the two of them and maybe one or two other people that move around a little bit, that hole needs to decrease significantly. And that's a big part, Cancy. Their opportunity right now, you talk about an opportunity is just, I mean, it's literally right in front of her, and now we're going to see how she responds to that.
What other things you think off the top of your head that we got to address this, or we've got to get better at that?
Great question. I think you mentioned one just a moment ago is we got to shoot the ball better. We've got to be able to shoot the ball better. I think our overall toughness still is not like today's a good example. You can debate, some maybe a foul or two missed here, there, but we've got to go stronger with the ball. We've got to go with a little bit more authority, and that's a toughness piece. We have to rebound better, more consistently. Today wasn't as big a fact because they didn't get a ton of them, but Dan, there have been games, and you've seen them, you've covered them, where we didn't rebound with the Tennessee toughness. That we've got to regain some of that, and then just the defensive piece. Like what we did in the first quarter, we have got to be able to sustain that. That's what the great teams do. And that's what Mississippi State went 16-0 in their league. You know what I mean? They weren't just some offensive juggernaut that did, but being able to sustain a high level of effort and toughness, because that's what defense is. Now, do you have to have a system? Yes. Do you have to have basic understanding of techniques and oh, absolutely. But once those things are in place, which virtually every team has at this level, now it's about effort and toughness. And those two things, we're still far from the end of where we need to be.
Does defense come under that toughness umbrella?
Yep, absolutely. That's what defense is.
Because it looked like you got better. You were good. You were good enough today, I think, defensively.
We were, and especially, no, there's no doubt. You get a team like that, and you're at 66 points, but especially you get them nine points in the first quarter, and so absolutely, it wasn't like we lacked it. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying now I'm looking at the body of work, not just today. So understand the nature of that question. I'm looking at the body of work, but today our effort was there. Our problems were more offensively. And we had some patches. Now that the high ball screen in the third quarter kind of got us a little bit. We were not covered. What we wanted to do is push the ball to the side and then do what we call ice and push it down to the base. We were not very demonstrative and determined to get the ball off the middle of the floor. We let the ball stay in the middle of the floor too long. But yeah, go back. Defense does. It comes under toughness.
They were resourceful. I mean, they got to before the end when you're fouling. They got to the free throw line.
Yep.
And created.
They sure did. And they made some key shots. They made, Mickey made a good point. We were just on radio. I think it was 49-42, and they missed a shot.
They get two offensive boards.
Two offensive rebounds, and then the third one they hit a three. That was a pivotal, and it was about just under, I think it was at or under the 7-minute mark. So that was a really, now that's one play, but that was a big play too. So we have a chance to have the ball back and take it down to 5 or 4. But instead we go down 10 by giving why? Not because some kid just was laying on her back and hit a tough shot. We gave up 2 offensive rebounds. So those are moments. Those are defining moments. Now, in a game like this, does it make or break the game itself? not necessarily, but does it sure tip the teeter-totter in favor of the team that makes that play? You bet it does.